As I'm sure you know, I left the caucus of Stephen Harper's Conservatives last October. Now, there were many issues, but at the end of the day, it came down to Mr. Harper's increasingly right-wing agenda, his failure to do anything significantly on the environment, and also my inability to stay in a group where members of Parliament were viewed basically as being wallpaper. So I said I would sit as an independent. Well, I talked to those people in my riding and I listened to them, and together we decided how I could be the most effective MP possible and fight for those causes that brought me to this place. And that's just what's happened for the past 4 months. I've listened, I've consulted, I've tried just about everything I could think of to get people to listen to my ideas here on Parliament Hill, and sometimes they have listened and sometimes they just ignored me. Well, I've learned an awful lot about being an independent. Yes, there is more freedom to speak out, but at the same time, it's definitely harder to be a force in this place without a party. I can't work on parliamentary committees anymore, and when it comes to the next election, I can't even issue a tax receipt when people donate money. I've also been trying to figure out where a guy like me is best suited, since I have been a progressive conservative my entire life. And I think the people in Halton, most people, they want me to be fiscally conservative, but they also like me to be progressive when it comes to social issues. But the Progressive Conservative Party is gone, and the new Conservatives definitely are not the same. I learned that, of course, when Mr. Harper voted against same-sex marriage, and when, for the entire first year in office, he ignored the environment. So I've spoken with the voters, as well as the leader of the Greens and the leader of the Liberals and a large number of other MPs and a lot of people I respect. I've done surveys in the riding, and I've thought hard about what my options actually are. Do I become the first Green MP? Do I stick it out as an independent? Do I just pack it in? Or is there another party where a progressive conservative like me can fit in and actually get things done? And you know what? There is. After 4 months of working at this, I've come to realize that the Conservative Party is changing, moving more and more to the extreme right. But the Liberal Party also seems to be changing, moving more into the centre and taking a new direction under its new leader, Stéphane Dion. Local Liberals approached me just after Christmas and said they'd like to work with me, and I said that'd be great, but I'd like to meet Mr. Dion. So I did. I met with him and I found him to be reasonable and visionary and passionate, particularly about the economy and the environment. I liked his vision and what I heard about getting there. Now, this man believes in letting guys like me represent people like you, instead of turning MPs into, I don't know, traveling salespeople for a party. He knows and understands how I like to do this job, communicating directly with the people, and how important the voters are to me. So together we can promote new ideas. So it was a big change from the way Stephen Harper operates, and a change for the better, and a big decision for me. Anyway, there it is. I'm joining the Dion team, and I think things are going to work out just fine here in Ottawa. Well, as for getting elected again, this time as a Liberal, that, of course, is up to the people. But you know what? If the Prime Minister wants to call a by-election in Halton, that is cool with me. I'm happy to run in it. But I would insist at the same time that there also be a by-election in Vancouver for David Emerson, and also another one in Mississauga for MP Wajid Khan. And hey, how about that unelected minister from Quebec, Michael Fortier? Now, the main message here is this is good. This allows me to be a much more effective member of Parliament than I was as an independent, and a lot more effective than I was as a member of the Harper Group. For a PC refugee like me, this is about as close to home as I think I'm going to get. And while the political colors may be changing, one thing does not change, and it is this: I work for you.